Hi, I'm Steve from 2Cat Media and welcome to another video. In fact, welcome to the channel in general. Welcome my friends. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing of the DJI Mini 2. Just show you what's in the box basically. And then I'm going to show you the flights from free batteries worth of flight, which is my first flight ever with a DJI Mini 2. I'll just call it the Mini 2 for now. It's a bit too much of a mouthful otherwise. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at the unboxing. Okay, so first of all, here we have the box, the DJI Mini 2. It's ultralight and weighs 249 grams. And if you look there, the little sticker says DJI Care Refresh Bundle, Fly More Combo. Okay, and then you get your case. Now I've put some of the stuff already in the case as it is. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what you get in here. Okay, that's just an SD card holder there. You don't get that free. You don't. And here as well, they actually have a little tag that says accessories inside, just in case you didn't know. Okay, so you get a pack of propellers there with some screws. So you get 1, 2, 3 of those. Okay, let's put them to one side. You get some spare sticks for your analog sticks on the transmitter. Okay, you get a screwdriver to put those propellers on, and you also again get some cables. Now you do get 3 cables. So this one here is USB-C, which is the connection to the drone and to the transmitter, to micro connection there. Is it a micro SD, I think it's called. You have the iPhone one as well, and then you have the one that I've got in the bag, which is for USB-C to USB-C. Okay, so first of all, we have the controller. Feels nice and premium, got a bit of weight to it. Okay, as you can see here, we have the buttons. We have return to home and pause, power on and off. And you've got sports mode, normal mode, and C mode, which is like the tripod mode. You've got your controllers here, and you've got your sticks in the bottom that if you take them out and screw them in, let's just screw those in, just so you can see quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay, and it feels quite good quality as well. And then you've got a function button which you can program if you need to, and a camera button there. Okay, on the top here you have your rotation for the camera to go up and down, and then here you have to swap between photos and videos, and also to take your photos and in your videos as well, just there. Okay, and then here you open it up and you can put your camera, your mobile phone inside there. Holds it very well. And then just inside here, you will see there's a cable here. So the one end connects into there, if you can see the little connection hole. Okay, so that connects into there. So that's the actual connection. Let's just put that back. And the other end goes into like a dummy slot, and you bring it around and then you put it into your phone. Okay, so that's why you're able to get a better connection as well. So you're not having to rely on Wi-Fi as such. Okay, so that's perfectly good. That's great. Okay, on the back there, you got your speaker, I believe it is. And on the bottom is where you put your sticks and obviously charge up your controller as well. Okay, so let's just put that to one side. Okay. And then also you have your charging dock as well. And you also get free batteries. Okay. I think each battery takes about half an hour or so to charge up. Not too long at all. You've got your connection there to charge it, and you've got a USB outlet there. So once all these batteries are charged or got some charge in there, you can actually use this as a power bank should you wish. Okay, and you can press this once and check your battery level as well. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. And then we have a look, and then the last part of it as well, let's just put that on top of there. Okay, is the drone itself. So this is the DJI Mini 2. So you have a propeller guard on this, okay, which is quite handy. you pop it off, put that to one side. You've got your gimbal guard there, which when you're flying it, before you fly it, you take that off. You got a little kind of a little clasper there, so you pull that out. There you go, and it shows you the camera. So let's just have a quick look at that. Okay, so with this, you open up the front arms first, okay, and then the back arms you pull down like that. It's actually very, very quick to do. Okay, and this is the bottom of it. Here you got a button that when it flashes, you can press it, and you can transfer data from the SD card straight to your mobile device. And that's the button. You can press it once. It's got no battery at the moment, and that will give you a battery level indicator. And if you press it once and then press it again and hold, it will turn it on. Okay. On the rear here, you have where you put your SD card, presumably be a class 10 or a U3, so you can record in 4K better. And that's your USB-C charging slot as well, or your data transfer cable. And then just here, you open it up, and that is where you put your battery, and then connect it back up. And then to close it, you do the reverse. So then you just push the arms back up there, and then the same with the front arms, and then that. So yeah, so that's what you get in the box. So let's take a look now at the flight. Okay, so here we are. I'm taking off, and I'm going to go up to about 50 meters. And while I'm up there, I just have a little mess around with the angle of the camera, just trying to get myself a bit more familiar with it. Now, this is actually the third flight of the day with the third battery. So the first flight was actually to the right where those trees are, that line of trees to the right of the screen. And with that first battery, I'd just done the calibration. I'd done the initial pre-flight checklist with the basic controls where it teaches you how to go up and down, left and right, and land and take off and return to home. And then with the second battery, and then with the first battery actually, I'd done a 1.6 kilometer test range. And that lost signal. I think it was due to some of the trees around me, so I had to auto return home for that. And then with the second battery, I moved into this field here that I'm in, which is the same field actually as the last video I made with all the snow. Now in this field with the second battery, I did some of the quick shots such as the drone and the helix and the rocket, etc. So I'll show those at the end of the video. And so this one here, I thought I'd just do a bit of a test range. With this, I like the way, compared to the Holy Stone, how smooth it is with the gimbal. The fact that when you do take off, it kind of keeps the angle of the camera in the same direction that you are pointing. So that's a big plus and a big positive for me. So here we're going to go up to about 60 meters now. As you can see, I'm just over 500 meters, and normally around now, at least now, the Holy Stone live feed will be cutting out, but obviously this isn't. The countryside ahead of me has a very slight incline as it goes up, so here and there I do have to increase my altitude. At one point there was a little bit of drift from the wind, not much, and when I stopped it just corrected itself, and so I carried on. So here I start to turn left slightly, and I'm just hitting over 1,000 meters now, So I've at least broken my record with the Holy Stone. And here I'm just trying to find a bit of a direction I could go, because on the top right hand corner there you'll see some dark trees ahead of me. I didn't particularly want to go over those, but I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to do that. So my initial thought here was to maybe go around the side of the forest, and then I saw that it's actually quite a wide forest anyway, so I thought I might as well just go over it and brave it. But while I'm flying, I'm just enjoying looking down with the camera and just how smooth it is and crystal clear on the screen, and looking at the different farms and all the different scenery. It's just a beautiful place. So here I just decide now I'm going to go over the trees and be done with it. So I start approaching around a 1700 meter mark here and around 85% battery. So here I'm going up to around 80 meters, I believe. And we've just passed the 2000 meter range, so that's amazing. And I've still got a great connection there. I had 3 bars at one point, 82% battery, but with a bit of altitude increase, it just pops back up to 4 bars. So that's absolutely fantastic. I think this is the first time I've ever flew over such a large forest. I wouldn't be able to do this normally because I know that I would obviously lose a connection shortly after. In fairness, I thought even though it's the Mini 2, that maybe I would lose connection somewhere above the forest and have to auto return home, especially I've done over 2000 meters, but no, it just keeps carrying on. So my aim here is to, as I come towards the end of this flight, is I just wanted to get to 3000 meters and at least to try and get to the end of that second field you can see there with the white building. I still have a fantastic connection here, and being able to still, at approaching 3000 meters, being able to dip the camera and be brave enough to not think I'm going to lose connection here was absolutely fantastic. So as I approach the end of this second field here with all the different caravans, etc., I felt that I would soon reach 3000 meters, but not just quite, so I have to carry on a little bit more. So I'll just fly over these trees, and I've still got a good 4 bars there, and I'm on about 73%, I believe. So there we go, 3031 meters, and I've still got a great amount of battery left, over 73 or 75%, yeah, 75% battery, or 74 now, and still got 4 bars, and I'm able to actually turn around. So for the ease of flying back, I decided to just press return to home and do it automatically, just so I could enjoy the flight back and just use the panning of the camera. The greens, especially the trees, they do tend to get kind of washed out with the light, but I think with a bit of extra practice and adjusting the exposure and the white balance, that maybe that can be something that I can sort out in the near future. So as I've passed over this now, as you can see, I've just started to lower my altitude. I don't need 110 meters or 100 meters anymore. So it's just a good idea for me to lower it to a reasonable level, especially as the incline is actually declining now on the landscape. Obviously, when you're returning to home, you can't spin on its axis, you can't yaw to the left or the right, or bank to the left or right either. Otherwise, you would have to cancel your return to home. But at one point, I do pull back on the left stick to go backwards, or just to slow it down, and it does disconnect. I think it's about here, and it does disconnect the return to home, which I wasn't aware of. So I just press return to home again, and I think I just test it one more time just to make sure that's actually a thing, and then we just carry on. This drone, with its range and its smoothness and stability, has given me a lot more confidence to be able to do more cinematic things and practice. Here you'll see that I've practiced using the zoom feature, and the zoom itself is actually really good quality. I'm on the 4K setting, so it only does up to 2x zoom, which is for me more than enough in these circumstances anyway. Now, at the end of the next field, you'll see a little tree just at the top center of the screen. It's a little one pointing out. It's a bit of a tree bush kind of a combination. Now, with this, I had the idea, I feel that I wanted to try out the circular motion on a stationary object, on a large object, rather than just doing it on myself, and just get the confidence to do that and just to practice as well. So here you'll see that I stop the recording of the SD card in a moment, and here we go. And I just have a little practice trying to circle around it. I like with the quick shots how it does track and keep that image in the center. So that's a fantastic thing, especially if you want to do some cinematic footage and keep, say, something like a monument or even a person in the frame. The one thing that this doesn't have, that the Holy Stone does have, is a follow me feature. Now you can actually use the circle mode, etc., to track you, because it has got that ability, but eventually it will stop tracking you and just want to complete the circle. So as I finish here the 360-degree revolution of the circle, a tractor does come into view here, and so as you can see just a shadow in the bottom corner there. So I decided that I'm going to try and track that, as it's not going particularly fast. So I try and do a circle on that, and just to see if it will actually keep it in focus. So as you can see here, it is actually keeping it in focus as well. I know it wants to do that, so I put it into sports mode to see if I could speed up the process, but unfortunately I hit low battery, so I decided to cancel that and just return home. I was only about 486 meters out, so I wasn't too concerned, and I had 20% battery. Here in a moment, I'm just going to land, or almost land, and then I'm going to revert back and show you some quick clips of the different quick shots that I did with my second battery. So if you have enjoyed this, please give it a big warm thumbs up, and please comment below with any suggestions or comments regarding this video or the channel in general. I'd much appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, please, in the bottom right hand corner there is a subscribe button. If you are new, please consider subscribing, and you too, my friend, can be part of the exclusive yet elusive community that is 2Cat Media.